On this week's World of Saltwater Fishing, we're going to Bimini in the Bahamas aboard Team Star. We're going to be doing some deep dropping for yelloweye snapper and going on the hook for yellowtail. Stay tuned. One incredible adventure coming up.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing. Big fish don't stand a chance.
This trip has been a long time in the planning process. Here I was in Fort Lauderdale with our production team and aboard Team Star. Now, Star, as you know, is a longtime sponsor, and we talked about getting together, and it finally happened. We jumped aboard Team Star, which is a 66-foot Viking from Fort Lauderdale to Bimini, and we're gonna have a lot of fun doing some deep dropping and yellowtailing. So we met at the boat, Peter Dorno and Gregor Dorno. We had our team. We had Turner with us and Captain Chad.
First of all, I am Starbright, okay? I made Starbright. We started from nothing and we grew to the biggest marine operation that's out there.
We had a lot of fun. He started in '73. We were mainly an automotive company. And he brought in a bunch of automotive guys and really was doing a great job with that. And we launched a marine product line just kind of on the side, and it kept growing and kept growing. And I think his passion for boating came out, and so we kind of made a shift. In the early 80s, we started shifting more to marine?
True. And basically the automotive industry were a bunch of thieves, and the marine industry were good people.
I'm Chad. I've been with Starbright as a captain for almost 2 years now, but I've been with the family for a long time as a friend.
Turner Berwick, marketing director for Starbright, but also been with the family for a long time. You know, Greg is my uncle's best friend. Remember my youngest memories running down the dock and cleaning the boat, you know, from the old Viking to this Viking, and, you know, had some great memories with the Dornow family.
And this was going to be an easy trip for me in that I didn't have to travel to the Mark 6 launch and run my center console over there. And it was going to be sort of, I guess, what you call Busman's holiday. The whole deal on the trip would be doing some deep dropping and then going on the hook to yellowtail. So sort of a snapper expedition. You know, we're going to be based on the Bimini Big Game Club. So we have a lot of spots down to the south of Bimini, anywhere from 15 to 30 miles. And of course, you start going up the opposite direction to around Great Isaacs and out towards the Gingerbread near that channel. You have a lot of options up there too.
Well, I chose the gingerbreads for two options because that day we were going to deep drop and yellowtail. The great thing about fishing, you know, in the Bahamas waters, you don't have to travel far to do both.
Left the big game after clearing customs, and we headed up there to spend the afternoon doing some deep dropping. One of the incentives that I had to go ahead and do the deep drop was that we had the new Penn Fathom electrics. And I wanted to get the hang of actually using this for the very first time. And Gregor Dorno, they already had a couple of those units there too. So the good thing about that Penn outfit, it's portable. You don't need to plug it into any power. You have batteries that will supply the power that you need to do the deep drops. And if you still preferred the hand crank, you had the hand crank option too. So this will be my first time learning that outfit, and also, you know, learning a couple of good spots out there from Team Starbright. Here we are on the Starbright team boat, getting ready to do some deep dropping around 900 feet of water, basically trying to catch ourselves some dinner, with the goal being yelloweyes. Let's see what happens.
Well, we asked if you had any great deep drop spots, and you said no. So we went to our secret deep drop spot in the far side in the channel, and it became successful, as you can see from the filming.
What do you got?
Looks like you got skunk.
I got skunked. They cleaned me up and got everything. What I call this is they caught me sleeping.
Deep dropping can be a dangerous drinking game because it's about one beer to get down and one beer to get up. I got color.
All right.
I got color.
Oh, look at him. Man, they are beautiful.
Stretch there, kid.
Oh,
All right,
my-
we got a triple.
I got to get a picture of that too. Hold it like that, gents. He's got to embarrass me.
You judge, you pulled up too quick. You could have had 4. It's one of our favorite spots. It's always productive, and you don't give out those numbers to anybody.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is proudly brought to you by Penn. Let the battle begin. Mako. You'll find them where the fish are. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Mercury Marine. George, we'll be right back.
With Peter and Greg Dorno's favorite yelloweye spot off Bimini locked in, we were set to deep drop to nearly 1,000 feet. I'm fishing with Team Starbright off Bimini, Bahamas.
Now, I've got to tell you, as long as I've known, Gregor and Peter Dorno, when you look at the dynamics of that father and son, it's almost a comedy routine. Both of them are really hardcore in what they do. They're perfectionists, and they're funny when they start getting onto each other.
Peter, you want to circle around and see for a spot where you can actually find them?
Tell me what you're saying in English.
We're ready now. Do you want to
We're
move
ready,
us
so
to
go
the
ahead and get
spot?
on the spot. Sorry, that
Not
came
a
out.
problem. Try getting down quickly.
Getting down quickly. It's 1,000 foot.
I like to bring it up fast. Greg likes to bring it up slow, saying, oh, he's going to pull the hook out of his mouth, and thank God if they do it my way, because his way, the sharks get everything. So that's our philosophy. We argue over that. I've never lost one coming up fast. That's number one. He's lost a lot of fish coming up slow.
Andale, Iba.
He's getting bit like crazy. You're not paying attention.
And this was going to be basically a tough love trip. I'm used to practicing tough love on my boat too. Peter's up there in the bridge, and that's what he loves to do. And Peter gets us lined up on the spot.
We can get those spots and try to hit it with the fast drift, then we're going to get 3-4 fish at a time. They're down there. We just have to try and get that spot, and it's not easy.
He would mark the fish, and he would say, drop.
And I see the fish, and I yell, drop, drop, drop. And they're sitting there picking their nose instead of fishing.
I was using the 80 fathom with an 8-pound weight, and then the 30 fathom was being used with a 5-pound weight on the other side. And we're like dropping these things like bombs down there. Finally hit the bottom, engaged the drag, and then just watched the rod tip.
Tighten the drag.
There we
You
go.
want the drag tight.
Got my first nibble.
You might have a little grouper on there, George. George.
Yeah, I got color. I got color.
Nice one, nice one.
That's a good sized one. If you'd have left it down there, you'd have had 4 of them.
Yeah, they're biting different though. It's almost like the tide changed a little.
It could be.
What do you say? It's a nice 4-pounder?
Ah, you tell me. This is your area here. This is what you do a lot of.
It's a nice one.
Gorgeous. So that thing's been there about 900, close to 1,000 feet down.
Yeah,
Huh?
about 930 feet.
40, 30. I got
see
color.
And another one incoming.
Yeah, that was a strange bite there, Chad. You know,
That
like
was
they
odd.
hit aggressive for a minute and then backed off, and I thought I had nothing, but look at that. Every bait cleaned off.
Yeah, but look at that. He wasn't coming off. He got double hooked.
Come on, baby.
How'd we do?
Ah, not too shabby, huh? Not too shabby. Oh, look, it's got a finger in its mouth. It ate somebody's finger. These things are predators.
Day one was drawn to a close, so we headed back to the Bimini Big Game Fishing Club. Dinner that evening was amazing. Team Starbright grilled up New York strip steaks, made a unique rice dish, and really put the Caesar in the Caesar salad. It was truly a feast fit for Poseidon himself.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is proudly brought to you by Simrad. Rapala holds the world record for world records. Suffolk's always use the best line. Starbright Boat Care Products, blending technology with performance since 1973. George, we'll be right back.
With dawn approaching and more outstanding weather on tap, we headed back to the revered deep drop numbers for a few more yelloweyes before shallowing up for some yellowtail action. I'm fishing off Bimini, Bahamas with Team Starbright. But first, let me tell you about the Bimini Big Game Club Resort and Marina. The historic Bimini Big Game Fishing Club was established in 1936. Located a mere 52 miles from Miami, I made my first crossing here in 1979. The property has 35 standard hotel rooms, a series of dockside cottages, and even penthouse suites. Amenities include a most refreshing swimming pool with a Hemingway's poolside rum bar, hammocks, game area, outfitter shop, liquor store, and their Bimini Seafood Company and Conch Bar. Robbie Smith heads up the Bimini Big Game Club's 75-slip marina, which accommodates yachts up to 140 feet. To really appreciate the Big Game Club experience is to rent a golf cart and explore the historic island. You'll be hard-pressed not to stop and enjoy lunch at a local conch shack or pick up freshly baked Bimini bread. It's a fun place with a lot of diverse fishing opportunities surrounding it.
Chad and I definitely work as a team for every meal. We really try to deliver as best a meal as we can. Like you're on a mega yacht in a fine restaurant in the Bahamas, essentially.
I had everything set up and ready to go for the trip. One of the most important things, I forgot plates.
We had $40,000 in fuel, $20,000 in steaks, $20,000 in baits, and we didn't have one paper plate.
Went to Robbie, and Robbie saved the day and gave us some plates to eat.
We had to keep Poveromo honest. We had to let him show he was roughing it a little bit, right? You make him feel he's on his Mako and has to eat on a napkin.
The tide had to get right. Chad was saying, okay, we got the incoming tide starting around 10 or 11, somewhere in there. He said, why don't we go back out to the numbers, deep drop again for a little bit, and then when that tide becomes right, let's get in and go on the hook. I brought some yellowtail numbers, and we'll get on that. So I said, all right, so back up to the deep drop spot. It's a continuation of where we left off. Peter got us right on that patch of fish. Bam, bam, bam. The whole debate whether you reel them in fast or slow was still going on. So the comedy show continued. I'm getting bites. Here we go.
Yeah, that's good bites, George.
Let him go a little, Georgie. Let him bite. Let him bite. We need fish.
And I've got a fish. Here you go.
That's what you
Check
call
that
old
out.
school.
We probably lost 5 of them.
Got it?
No, he actually has all of his other bait.
One nice yellow eye. Beautiful fish.
So the prettiest part of this fish is right here. It's called the fillet. And right now, as we're dialing in the batteries, it seems like we can do 10 to 12 drops in 1,000 feet on one battery so far, but total winner on these 10 fathoms. Love them.
Really beautiful yelloweye snappers. I think a couple of the big ones, we put them on the boga grip, they came in at 4 pounds. That's, at least to me, that's a big yelloweye snapper. And I was having a ball just learning the subtleties of the deep dropping.
The yelloweye, also known as silk snapper, inhabit deep offshore waters primarily between 200 and 1,000 feet, where they forage primarily on crabs, shrimp, and fishes. Their yellow irises distinguish them from similar appearing vermilion and red snappers, which have red irises. Thriving in deep cold depths, yelloweyes are amazing table fare. Best bet, drop during a light current, remain in contact with bottom, and alternate bait choices to find the most desirable one on that day. And artbypasta.com from Catch the Canvas Rendering.
Catch the canvas, baby.
We'll be right back. George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is proudly brought to you by the Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are. ACR, the leader in marine safety electronics. Float on boat trailers. Make it easy. Make it dependable. Make it float on. VMC, your expert in hooks. Art by Pasta. Real life art. Visit artbypasta.com.
Starbright ceramic line includes their wash and wax, vinyl protect, Metal Protect, Speed Detailer, and a wax and seal. Starbrite ceramic technology results in formulations which not only clean a surface, but also provide a sacrificial polymer layer that repels future dirt and grime and protects against UV damage. Visible results are a highly polished-like finish, one that's easy to maintain. Look no further than my Mark 6 for a glowing testimonial. Now, let's get back to fishing.
From the deep, 900, 950, 980 foot depths to the shallow, 70 to 80 foot, we're going from yelloweyes to hopefully a lot of yellowtail.
Well, you know, our captain brought a variety of baits, so we had everything you would want from squid to silver sides to ballyhoo to live pilchards.
But I did notice with Turner and Greger and myself that those yellowtail were way, way, way far back.
Yep, it's definitely a balance. You know, sometimes you're using some light fluorocarbon so that the fish aren't seeing them, but you're cranking that drag down and cranking as fast as you can, almost like a top water for the sharks sometimes. Those yellowtails are skipping across the surface, and we had sharks, you know, busting the surface to hit those yellowtail.
You're free lining your bait. We're using little jigs and putting silver sides. I know Greger was putting bally. It was a whole mix of the bait we were using. Even squid got into the game here.
But, you know, sometimes you have to have a crew member take a sacrifice and throw on a wire rig and distract the sharks for the rest of the guys.
And you got the
Nice
wire.
and
We're
easy,
going to see
nice
what
and
it is
easy.
now.
Nice and smooth. Keep that drag light.
Come on, you squirt reel.
But let's just make sure 100%.
Across
It's a
the
shark. There's our, right on. I got to appreciate you for making the effort on our behalf to at
It's
least
a
get one of these
shark,
sharks
I
out
see
of
'em.
here. You get, all right, now come on, I hope it's the right flavor, Peter. Not Peter, wrong. Greger. And he's got ourselves a tail. Here we go. Oh, get it. That was one more.
right there.
Greger. There you go. Broke the ice, so we know they're there.
You always catch the small one first.
What do you
Yeah, I
got,
think-
George?
Half a yellowtail.
Happy yellowtail. There you go.
Still alive. Throw him back.
George, it's not April, but it looks like it was time to pay the tax man.
Yeah, we're doing our fair share of that.
Well, that
So far.
actually, Cuda was nice. He left us about half the fillets. Little Turner, who will really annoy me because he will always catch the biggest yellowtail. Wherever you are, he'll catch the biggest yellowtail. And that's one of those things where I don't invite him anymore. No, I'm just kidding. But he really does he's that yellowtail whisperer.
Come on, get him on there.
Nice one.
There we go. He got a flag.
Chad, on the other hand, will always find that other awesome fish around, whether it's a giant mutton snapper, or in this case, we got some really nice strawberry groupers.
Nice strawberry.
Strawberry.
There we go.
Okay. You know,
That's not bad.
not at all. It's only a matter of time before we got into them.
Our crew is our family. Our captain is our family, and so it's everybody fishes. We all have fun. We're all competitive. We all fight for rods from that point of view, and you know, may the best man win from that perspective.
The race against the sharks. This is a workout and a half. You got to
I lost.
Yeah, you did. You were a little bit slow.
I sacrificed. I did this on
Now,
purpose.
your lap
guys.
time was a little bit slow.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
You know what they say, if you ain't first, you're last.
With plenty of yelloweye and yellowtail snappers iced down for the entire crew and sharks moving in the feed, we racked our outfits and headed back to the Bimini Big Game Club. Here, we experienced a different kind of shark activity.
It makes it fun, you know, and it makes a show within itself. You get back to the dock, you fillet the fish, and you get to play with the big bull sharks behind the boat. It's like walking your dog on the back of the boat.
And if you fall in that water there, I don't know how that thing's going to end, but probably not well. What I was waiting for was the fresh catch dinner that night, where we had an opportunity to have our yelloweyes and yellowtail snapper. And I've got to tell you what, they were cooked amazingly well. And there's really nothing better than catching fish that, you know, that morning and eating them that night. It's just a sensational deal all the way around. And so the meals were really incredible. And the stories were even more incredible than that. And it was just a really fun time. And one of those trips that you really hate to see draw to a close. It was you know, 2 days, and then in the morning we had to head on back to Fort Lauderdale.
I think we all have to agree it was a fantastic trip. The crew was great. George was great. We were great. The food was great. The weather was great. You can't ask for anything more being in Bimini with all of those aspects coming together. And we're looking forward to that next trip to that new big fishing horizon. So it's coming.
If you're a fan of our show, keep up with our adventures by following us on social media. I'm on Instagram at George Poveromo, and on Facebook, go to facebook.com/George.Poveromo. You can also watch your episodes at any time on YouTube at George Poveromo TV. We'll see you on the water.